welcome back to the new video. So in this video we're gonna make this medical and clinic website by using the WordPress and the Elementor. So let me show the demonstration of which we're gonna make in this video from start. Okay, so let me refresh this website from start, and after refreshing I will show you all of the sections which we are gonna make in this video. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's refresh this again, and after refreshing you can see that we have this animation coming here like this, and the animations are really fast. And also you can see that we have the slider which is auto sliding at first, and we can also slide by using these things, navigation arrows. We can also slide this by using these dots. Okay, and here we have this type of buttons, our department, learn more, and also you can see that we have this, all of these things are transparent. So you can see that all of these stuffs are transparent. We have this bold, this is not little bold means, and we can move this by clicking on this slide. We can also slide by using this mouse like this. So after that, if I move below, you can see that we have this sticky header at the top. So when I move below, you can see that we have the transparent sticky header at the top like this. And also we have this header. So we have the first header which where we have the phone number and email, and here we have the social icons and all. And for the second header we have this menu. Here we have the logo, here we have the menus, and also we have this type of power effect on these menus. Okay, so I will show you how you can add this type of menus in your WordPress websites by using the Elementor. Also here we have the mobile number, so you can showcase your mobile number here, and also you can make this phone number clickable. So right now we don't have the clickable, but I will show you how you can do that also. And you can see we have this sticky header at the top. Okay, so let's move to the next section. And after moving to the next section, here you can see that we have the about us section. So let me refresh this once, and after refreshing you can see that we have these animations, and here we are saying who we are, have a fun, write this, and here you can showcase all of this information like this. Here we have the opening hours of our hospital. If you want to show here, you can just update it like this. Okay, and here you can see that on the Sunday we have mentioned this close, so like this. Okay, so there is some textual mistake, so you can update this. And also you can see that in this container I have this transparent image, so you can also put it like that. I will show you how you can put this type of images in your website. Okay, and also you can see that we have the transparent we have this image in the background, this image. Okay, so let's move to the next section. Here you can see that we have this CTA section. So if I refresh this, you can see that we have this section, and also here we have the our department. Here we have this image, we have about us this section, and also you can see that when I scroll below, you can see that this part of the header is always sticky at the top, and it has the transparent effect also. Okay, and let's see, here we have our department section. So you can see that here we have the services and what are the departments we are offering in our hospital. So here we have the instant medicine, medical checkup, corona checkup, pro dental solution, kidney solution, blood testing. So you can also add here more. So right now I have added this much, but you can also increase this. So right now we have 6, but you can also increase this. Okay, so these contents are same, but you can update this. And here you can see that we have this animation. So when I click on this, we have these animations coming here like this, and here we have the get appointment things. Okay, and also you can see that in the our department we have these images in the background, which is the transparent image also. Okay, so I will show you how you can build this also. Also we can make this image stuck, so when scrolling, then this part of the image will stuck and only this section will move. So I will show you how you can do that in this video. So we are moved to our doctor section. Also you can see that when I move to the doctor section, then this is automatically highlighted. So I will show you how you can do this. This is the power of the CSS IDs. Here you can see that we have these images, we have this type of layout. Here we have the social icons. So here you can showcase all your team members or your favorite doctors which are in your hospitals and all. And let's move to the next section. Here you can see that we have one more section where we have this beautiful lady here smiling and showing his teeth. Here we have this type of counters. So if I refresh, here you can see that we have the counters value here, 51%, 22%. Here you can showcase some values of your hospital. Okay, so here we have the pricing and plan section. Here also I have the pricing and plan with animations. So you can see the animations are like this. First these two will come, then this block will come. So I have put the animation little fast because the slow animation make the website load very slow, and this is not the UI UX friendly. So we have this basic plan 99 per month, popular plan, standard plan, all of this. Here we have the make payment option. Okay. And okay, so here also I have the transparent image. So let's go below. Here you can see that we have our blog section. So let me refresh this once. And after refreshing, you can see that we have this icon which have the hover effect on these animations. Also, we are changing its color. And also you can put a link of a video to this icon if you want to put a link here. Okay, so here we have our blog. Here this is the heading, and here we have all of these things. Here I am showing the top two blocks of our website. Here you can mention those. Okay, so let's go below. Here we have the subscriber newsletter section. So you can see that we have the newsletter section here, and also we have the animations here also. So you can see that, and here we have the subscribe now, all of these things. So I will show you how you can make this let section also. Okay, so let's go below. Here we have the client logos with this hover effect on the animation. So we have the grow and rotate animation. So it will grow and have a little rotate mode. Okay, it's like this. And then we have the footer. So footer also have the animations, I think. Yes, we have these animations. So the animation, this footer is looking very good. So it will come one by one from below like this. Okay, so also we have this image. So right now I'm using the same image in both the containers, but you can update your image according to you. And here we have the about us section. Here we have the social icons. Okay, here we have the copyright section. So let's go to the top. Here we have the scroll to top button. If I click on this, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Then we have this slider again, and also I will show you that when we click on the about, it will take me to the about, department, doctors, pricing, blogs, and content. Okay, so when we click on this, we are back to the top. So let me show you that this website is fully responsive for the smaller screens and also for all the screens. So you can see when I move my screen, it will adapt the screen size according to the screen size. Right now we are on the web, then we are changing to the mobile. So you can see it is adapting the screen size. Okay, so let me show you all the sections that fully responsive sections we have. So let's refresh it here, and after refreshing you can see that we have the medical and clinic things. So we can just click on these arrows, it will move from left to right. Also we have these dots here, so we can click on these dots to moving to it. And also you can see that we have the transparent things, and we have this toggle menu which is the mobile menu. We can also click on this menu and it will do it like that. We have the about, department, and all section. Okay, so let me show you that we have fully animations working in this also. So let's move to the sections one by one. Here we have the about department. Here we have the who we are section. This is also fully responsive about us section. Okay, then we have the services. Here you can see that in the services for the smaller screens I have like this. So when I click on this, it will update the content below. Okay, so in this way you can just update your content. Okay, so we have the transparent image in this also. So let's go below. Here we have the get appointment. This is also working here. Okay, so it is taking me to the top, but you can link any page to that. And let's go below. Here we have the doctor section. Okay, social icons are there. Okay, like this. And also if I go below, we have this things all the fully responsive. Here we have the pricing and plan section. Here we have the basic plan 99, 59. All of these are fully responsive and working fine with responsiveness. And here we have this blog section. You can see fully responsive screens everywhere. Here we have the newsletter. Here we have the subscribe now. These things are properly aligned to the left. Here we have this last image, and here and then we have the client logos, and also we have the footer which have the responsiveness like this, and also the animations fully working. Here we have the social icons like this. Okay, so you can see that this is fully responsive. Also that thing will work. So let me show you again. If I click on this menu and then go to respective section, you can see this will take us to the respective section of the pages. Okay, so I will show you how you can build this type of awesome website step by step by using the Elementor and the WordPress. So if you are new to our channel, like, share, and subscribe our channel video and share our videos. Also, I will give you all of these images in the video description for free, so don't forget to check out all these images. Also, you can download this pre-made website kit from the video description. So all the links are in the video description. Also, you can get the Elementor Pro from the video description. Okay, so let's, without wasting any time, let's start the video and we're gonna build this whole website from start. Okay, so for making this website, I have installed a fresh WordPress installation. So let me show you the themes and the plugin which are required for making it. So let's go to the themes. And in the themes, you can see that we are using the official Elementor theme, Hello Elementor theme. And this we have put for, I don't know why I have put it here. Okay, so let me show you the plugins. So let me go to the plugin section, and in the plugin we are using the Elementor and its Pro version, Elementor Pro, the Dictator Elementor Pro. So after that we can go to the pages, and here we have to add a new page. Just add the new page and have this the default template to the Elementor full width. Let's update. And if I view this page, so you can see that this page is blank. So we have to go to the settings, go to the reading, and here in the static page we have to make this home. Let's save the changes. So whenever now if I go here and visit site, it will open my default home page here. Okay, so this is working. Now let's go to the media, and I will import all of these images which are required for making this website. So I will give you all of these images in the video description. So let me upload all of these images and I will get back to the video again. So here we have all of these images, I think. So let me upload this and let's wait for it, and I will get back to the video again once all these are uploaded. You can see that all of these images are fully uploaded. So let's go to the home page, and here you have to click on this edit with Elementor. Then we're gonna make the Elementor this website. So you can see that first we're gonna make the slider. First we're gonna make the hero full page, then we're gonna move to the header and footer. Okay, so I prefer to use it like that. So let's see. And for that, first we have to we want all of these colors also. So for getting the colors, I am going to use the color picker tool. Color picker updated. Okay, so we can pick this color. So I want this color here. Where is color? Wait. Okay, so I want this color. So let me pick this color again. So let me pick this color. Let me copy this color. And first we have to go to the site settings, and here I always go to the global colors. And first I'm gonna make this color. So the color is blue, or I always write theme 1, and we can go to this and we can paste this here. Then again we can go here, and here I can write black theme 2. Okay, I prefer to write theme at last, because if some colors are same, we know that this is a custom which we have make. Then we can make this black, and after that we want one more color, this reddish one. So for this, let me see that pick this color from here. So okay, I have this color also, and we can just go here, and here I am gonna write red theme 3. Okay, and here we can write this, and let's save the changes. And after that I have all of these colors. Let's see any colors we also want. So I don't think we require any colors. So here I'm using a background color, so let me copy this color also. Let's saying to rate. I don't want to rate your body. Here now we can go to this, and here we can DG theme 4, and we can just go here and paste this color. Okay, so we have all of these colors which are required for making this website. So let's go to the back, and let me refresh it one more time. And after refreshing, let's see. Here you can see that, let's go to the top, and here you can see that we want to make the slider. So let me see how to build the slider. Okay, so first we have to add a container. So let's add a container. Let me remove the old one. Let's add the container, and here we can write hero. Here also we're gonna use the 1400 max width. Let's remove all of this. Then we're gonna search for the carousel. So let me drop this carousel here, and let's me delete this. Here we gonna put the one default to one also. Here let's change the settings first, 3 seconds. Okay, like this. Now if I go to this, we can remove all of these paddings, margins also. Then go inside. Here we have the slide, make this full width, and in the advanced remove all of these paddings. Okay, now you can see that we want to have this image. So let me go, and here we have to put that image. So let's go to the media library. Okay, and here we have to find that image. So this is the image at the top, and we can go to this position center, and the display size would be covered. Okay, and if I go to this, click on this slide, go to the layout, and here we have this. So let's make this 700 maximum. Okay, so you can see that we have this image now. Now we have to go to the background overlay, and here we have to use in. Okay, so let's see which color is this. So we have this color. So let me show this color, and we can also make this little bit dark color, like this. Let's see, or we can also use this color. Okay, this is looking good. Now we have to add this headings. So we can just go here, and we can just drag and drop this. We can just duplicate this. So let's make this in the center. So let's make this in the center. Okay, so this will say welcome to our clinic. So I have to manually update it. Welcome to our clinic. Okay, and this will say this. Here you can also change the let's use the Poppins font. Okay, and we can also increase this, and let's use this 400. Okay, and this will say medical and clinic. So let me see, medical and clinic, and here we can use any font. So you can use the font according to you. I'm using all the default fonts here. So we can make this 140. Okay, looking good. Now we can make this white. Okay, and here also we can make this let's make this 500, or let's make this 400. Okay, now let's go to the medical, and here I can add a span tag because I want to make this only bold span tag. And here also we can put style. Here we can put font weight bold, like this. So we have this effect here, then we have these buttons. So before that, let me review my things. So we can publish, and we can view this page. So after clicking on the view page, it will open the new page. Okay, so here you can see that we have one more issue, that this is not coming in the full width. So what the mistake we have done, just go to the hero, and here we have to make this full width, and inside this have to we have to make this let's see, here we can choose the pixel value, and for the width we can use 1400 maximum. So we can also preview this from here, like this. Okay, and here I think we can go here, and we can, let's try to make this in the center. Okay, so we have to make this also full width. So let's see, can make this 10%. Okay, let me publish this once, and because we are stretching this, so let's stretch this. Okay, sometimes we face some issues, but we are gonna solve it. So this is done. Now we have to add this container below that, and inside this container, let's move this. Here we can have the buttons, and the button will say our department and learn more. So let me go here and write our departments. Okay, and here we can say you can use this color. Okay, we have the border radius of 100. The padding would be 15. Okay, and this would be 30. And in the left also we have the 30. Here is 17. Okay, we can also duplicate this. So we can go to this, and here we can duplicate this like this. Okay, and here you can see that we have some gradient one, so you can also put the gradient color. Just you have to put this gradient option, and here you can use this, just make this little bit darker, so you have some gradient effect here. If you want, you can increase the font size of this. So let's increase the font size to 17, and this would be 400. Okay, and here we can also copy this, paste this. Here we have the learn more, and here we can put this to red. Okay, like this red. Okay, and now we can click on this, and we can have this like this 30. Let's publish, and after that we have to just go to the carousel, and we can duplicate this slide. Now we have to just go to the second slide here, and here we can rename, means update the image, and you can also rename this tagline if you want, but I don't want to rename this. Let's go to the carousel, and I'm gonna use the paginations. So right now you can see that I have this paginations. I think here paginations are not visible, so let's refresh this. Okay, let's first publish, then after that let's try to refresh it here. So you can see that we have these arrows, we have these dots below. So let's refresh this here also. So we can see in our front end also, you can see that. So let's go to this, and inside this carousel, then here we have the navigations. Okay, and in the navigations we can put some size to this, and we can also have this white. Okay, we can also have this navigations a little bit white. Okay, and for the this we can have this padding also. Okay, so we have the 20 padding, and for the okay, so for this we can make this. So let's increase 35, and for the padding we can have this 15. Okay, and for the hover color we can have this white, and here also we can put the color to like this. Let's publish, and also we can go to this paginations. Here we can put the size to 15, 14. Okay, and here we can have this to 12, and we can use the custom positions. We can put the vertical to the top, and here we can have this white, and this would be black or something. Use this color. Okay, and we can also increase the 14. Let's publish, and I think our slider is fully ready, so let me refresh this. So you can see that we can click on this by for moving this. Okay, and also the images are fully transparent. We have these things, we can move this by clicking on the dots. Okay, so only one thing is left. We have these animations here, but we don't have the animation in this. So let me show you how you can search. So just click on this button, go to styles, and here you will find the hover animations. So here, go to the here, and here you can use so much animations are there. So I'm gonna use the bob animations like this. Okay, for this also let's use some animations. So let's use push animations. So there are variety of animation. You can just go there and make it according. So let's see here, you can see that these animations are fully working. Okay, so this is done. Now let's move to the next section where we're going to build our next sections. Okay, so now let's move to the next section. So here you can see that we have this type of layout. So for making this, we have to use the two section layout like this, and here we can also rename this about. Then we can use here 1400. Okay, we can, so you can see we have this. So now what we have to do, we have to just go here, and we can remove all of these things. Here you can see that we have this container, we have the two container here. Okay, so we can also remove all of these paddings here. So let's remove these paddings also. Okay, so now you can see we have this. So we have a image here in the background also. So let's click on this. Here we can go to this, and here we will find that image. So let's find that image here. I think this is the image. So let's see, and we can go to this center and center, and for the display size we can make this covered. Okay, now we have to add these things. So let me copy this, or okay, and after that we can duplicate this, and inside this also you can see that we have the two sections. Okay, so first we're gonna copy this, and let's copy this thing. Okay, and here you can see about a section. So let's put some padding, means padding at the top and this, and after that I think the background is not working. So okay, so we have used the different background. This is the background. So we will find this. Okay, this is the about BG we are using. Okay, so this we find it. So here you can see that we can also copy this from here. If you see, we can copy this, and we have to just now click on this, and we can just update this color from here. Okay, and here we have the Hoovy art. So let's change this to 500 boldness. Also we have the this transform uppercase like this. Next we have this. So for that we are gonna go to this, and here we gonna increase this font size. So let's keep the font size to this to 45, and this is good. We can change this color to black like this. Okay, and here I think we are using the Rajdhani font. So here you can see that. Also we can make this 700 like this. Okay, so we can use the 45 or 55. We can also break this line by going to advanced custom. We can also break this like this. Okay, like this. Now we can, now let's go here, and we can just drag and drop a container, and inside this container we can put another container. Okay, let's go here, and we can duplicate this container now. Then we have this the parent main container, and we can also make this like this. Here we are putting the lorem ipsum in this, so you can put any random content here, and here also we can put the lorem ipsum. After that we have this. So for that what we can do, we can just search for the image box and just drag and drop below. Then we can go here and do it like that. Then here we have to find that image. So let's use this image, and this is saying Rosalina Williams, so we can just use this, and here also we can use this font row. Okay, then you can see we have the image box. Let's make this in the center, and also we have this, so we can use the Rajdhani font here, and here we can have this to 22:3, and we can make this black, Okay, we can also increase the font size to 700. Okay, and here we have the content. Then we have this color to red theme. Okay, so this thing could be this or this, and the founder thing, this thing would be red like this. And also when we hover, we have to make this completely black like this. Okay, so this is looking good. And also we can increase the font size of this so it will cover the little bit all spaces like this. Then we have this main container, and here we can have this 40. Okay, let's publish this once. And after that, you can see that we have the opening hours section. We have to make this type of layout. So for that, first we have to click on that, and here we have to choose the image. Suppose I want to choose this image. Okay, here also make the center. Default would be covered. Okay, like this. Now we have to put some padding in this. So let's put the padding of 40. Okay, now let's add the background overlay. Go to the background overlay, and here we can add this. Let's increase this little bit, decrease and decrease the opacity of this like this. Okay, and here we have the border. We can make this 10 pixel. And here let me copy this. Okay, let's me go to the second container, this, and here we can make everything in the center. Okay, and we can click on this and we can make this in the center. Okay, so let's go and make everything in the center. Image, so image would be like this, and this is saying opening hours. Okay, and this is opening hours, and here we can put this to like this. Okay, and the image would be like this, and for the content you can make this completely white, and this would be also fully white. Okay, and title would be black. Okay, and here we can write it's okay, and here we can update the image, so we can use this image. So I will give you all of this image in the video description, so let's publish this one. Here you can see that we don't have any space, so let me go here, space between center like this, and here you can see we can put some gaps, 60 pixel. Okay, now we can put a divider here, so search for the divider below, and here we can have the, can also make it a little bit more darker. Then you can see that we have this. So for doing that, what we can do, we can just add a new container below. Okay, so this container should be inside this. So this is again not working. We can put this, then we can move it to below the divider. Okay, now you can see that we have this two headings, so we can copy this one heading and paste it here, and for that we can say Monday to Friday. Okay, and this would be white, and this would be 600, or we can make this 100. Okay, then we can duplicate this. Okay, and here we can also make this to 8 to 16. Okay, here we can make this 60 and this would be 500. Okay, so in this way we can just go and we can duplicate this multiple times. So we have this multiple timings here. We have to just update the content of this. Okay, like this. Here also we can update once. So let's see if I refresh this here. And if I go below, you can see that we have this working. But there is one issue. We have this sections. I think we have more width. So let me go here and we're gonna use the width of 1300. Also, we can click on this box, first container. We can make this 60%, and for the second container, let's make this 30%. Okay, for the first container, and for the second container, we can put it to 40%. And if I go here, you can see that we have this looking like this. Also, we can reduce this timing to 50. This. So now if I refresh this, you can see we are working this and here we have to just change the content. Okay, so this is also fully working. Here you can also increase the content. So this section is also ready. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna make others. Now let's make the this section now. So for making this, we have to again have the two section layout, and we can just name this section some CTA1, and here we can write 1300, and this would be like this, and this would have 80 and 80. Okay, and here we have this, here we have this. Okay, and after that we can just go here. Here we can increase the, and we can just change this content. So let's change this content. Here we can make this full width, or we can have this custom value here. So let's increase, okay, like this. Then here we can have this button. So let's have this button here. Okay, like this. And also we can put an image here, like this, and this. Okay, so I think there is one mistake. Okay, this should be inside this, and now we have to make this like this in the center in the left line, and here they should have some spacing like 100. And also we have this CTA1 where we're gonna make this in the center like this. Okay, so this is also done. Now here you can see that we have too much space. So why to have this much space? So we can just make this 0 like this. Now if I go and refresh it here, you can see that we have this section fully working also. This head is touching to the top. I don't like this. So let's add the spacing to 60, and here also we can add the spacing of 60. Okay, and then we can refresh this. So here we have this log. So let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the starter section our departments. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna make this department section. So for making this section, what we can do, we can just add a new container here, and we can name this container departments. And after that, we can see that here we have this type of layout. Here we can just make this 1300 max width, and we can also use a little bit max width mode here. And here we can just go to this, and here we can use the image. So let's use this image. She is pretty than that. Okay, so let's see, and Here we can have the height of 700. So height is not required because it will adapt the screen size according to the content inside. So let's go here in the background overlay, and here we can just go here, and here we can make this like this. Okay, so let me make this little bit more like this. Now we can just go here, and here we can add 80 to the top and 80 to the below. Okay, and here you can see that. Let me copy this from here, and we can paste it here. Also we can copy these settings from this, and we can paste this here. Okay, now you can see that we have the departments layout, and we can make everything in the center, and here we can also make this in the center. Let's make this completely white, and for this upper one we can make this to like this, and here we can just replace the content here. For that we can update this to our departments, and for this we can write our services or something like that. Okay, now we have to just publish this, so it will be saved. So let's refresh it once here. So we see that it is updating. Let's go below here. Now we have to make this tab. So for making the this tabs, we're gonna use the tabs here. Elementor default tabs, very powerful. And make this here below. Okay, go out to the top, baby. We have this tabs. Okay, let's see. Okay, right now. Then you can see that here we have instant medicine, medical checkup. So let me see. We can just go here, and here we can update this like instant spelling wrong, INSTANT, instant medicine. Okay, then after that you can see we have this logo option. We can also upload the SVG, but we can also use this. So here we can use any doctor things. So like we can use any random image. So you can upload the images according to your website and content. So for the demonstration purpose, I am using some random image, like we can use this. Okay, and here you can see we have the directions. We want the direction to the top, and make this everything in the center if you want. Okay, then you can see that we have these things, and also icon we can make this icon to the top. We can increase the size of this icon. Let's make this 50, and also we have these tabs, so we can increase the tab size to 30 or 40. Okay, and icon size also we can increase this to 60, like this. And also you can see we have the content. So what we can do for the content, okay, we have the title here, and we can increase the title size, instant medicine, and like this here. Okay, and for the icon also we can put some spacing here. Let's see how much spacing is good. So we can keep this 20. Okay, like this. And for the tabs we can have this background color. So right now you can see that for the active tabs we have this transparent and border. So for this means for the default, not for the active. For the active we have like this. So for the normal fonts we can use this transparent, and for the border type you can use the solid, and we can have this one, and we can use the theme color like this. Okay, like this, and like this. Also we can go to the titles. For this we are using the white. Okay, for this we are using the white, and let's go to tabs, and here for the hover we want this to be like this. Okay, like this. And for the hover we have the value to be this also, like this. For the active also we want this theme one. And for the border, we want the border to be blue, and this would also be this color. Okay, like this. So this is done. Okay, and if you want, you can also put some gradient to this. So like here, we can put the gradient, and we can make this little bit darker. Okay, we can again use this dark shade to the active, and to the active one here. Okay, like this. So let me publish this once. After that, you can see that we have this content below also. So for that, you can see when we are on the inside this. Right now, when I am not, means when we are normal, the icon color by default would be white, okay, like this. So it will also always be visible. Done. Then we can just go to this below content. We can add here two containers, okay, like this. And you can see, if I see, we have the tab one inside it, we have the two container, and we can also put this to 40 pixel. Okay, then inside this we have the two container here. We can remove the padding. We can also remove the padding of this. Okay, we have this image here, and here we can have this image. Let's put this to 70%. Okay, and here you can see we have this. So we can copy this. We can paste it here. We can also copy this, and we can paste it here. Okay, and like this, and here also we can just copy this, and we can go below to this, and we can paste it here. We can make this completely white, and here we have this button. So for the button, we can just copy this, paste it here. Now we can make this transparent. So for this, we can make this transparent. Okay, and this would be like this, but I would be solid, and this would be 2 pixel. We can make this like this, just like this. And on power, we can have this color to be this, and we have this like this. Okay, so this is done. Now we can just go to this main container, tab 1, and we can make everything in the center. Okay, now we can go to the tabs, and here we can delete this, and we can duplicate some tabs like this. Okay, like this. So you can put these gaps between tabs, we can put 20. Okay, so you can just update this like here I have some sames, but you can update this like corona checkup, and similarly you can update this blood testing. Okay, so in this way you can update this, and you can change the content inside that also. So let's see, let's update this, refresh, and after refreshing you can see that we have the instant medicine corona checkup. So right now all of these are same inside right now. So you can just update this, and it will start, and it will work fine. Okay, like this you can make this type of tabs. We have to put some spacing here also, so we can go to the tabs. Here we can put the 30. Okay, like this, and let's refresh it here. Okay, so this is done. You only have to just update the icons and text and inside this thing. Okay, this is done. So now let's move to the next section where we're gonna make these sections. Okay, now for making this section, what we can do, we can just go below. We can add this, and here we can search for the themes. Okay, and here we can search 1300, and this would be 80 to the top and 80 to the below. Okay, and inside this I think we have some, we don't have anything. this is blank, so we can use the grid here like this. Here we have the 4 value. Okay, and this would be 4 by 1. Okay, and here we have the image, and here we have the images, like here the first image, second, these things, all these images. Okay, so you can use these images. So let's use this image randomly. We have this image. Okay, so we have the image, but the images don't have the flowers. So I think let's use this. Okay, so I will put the actual image here. We can also copy this image. So let me copy this image. Okay, I will give you these images also. Let me copy these images so you can follow along with me. Let me upload all of these images again. And here, if I go to the top, here we can have this. Let's upload. Okay. So you can see we have this image. So I will give you all of these images also. I largely make these images in the Canva or Figma. So you can have this for free. Let me copy this. So now we're gonna try to copy our sections. Okay, so there is one issue that we don't have added any container. So let's first add this container inside this. Okay, now let's start adding images. So we have this image here, and after that we can put some heading here inside this, and this would say Rosilene, school the founder. Here we have this, and for this we can make this to black, and this would be 25, and then we can have this copy, and we can go below, and here we can make this to founder. Okay, we can make this to capitalize, and inside this okay, and here also we can change this. Now we have the social icons, so let me see social icons. Okay, social icons, and we can just go this. Now you can see we have the transparent, then we have this hover effect. So for making this, you can also add or change this here like this. Okay, then we can you can go here, and here you can see that we have the official color. Go to the customs, and here we can make this transparent. Okay, and this would be black, and the size would be little bit slow. Here we can make the rounded, square, circle. Okay, then we can go to the icon hover, and here we can make this color, like this, and this would be white. Okay, and here we can have this two border type solid, and this would be like this, and padding would be 0.7 like this. Okay, then what we can do, we can just duplicate this and duplicate this also, and duplicate this. Now we can go to this grid, and here we can put this to 30 pixel, or we can make this here 0. And what we can do, we can just add the padding here like 30, and we can add the padding to all 30, and rest one also we can put the padding 30, and here also we can put the padding 30. Okay, then we can just add some borders to the left and right of the centers. Here we can have one, here we can have one, like this. Okay, and here also we can put the borders like this. So you can see that we have these borders here. And for the last one, okay, we have this bottom, we can put this in the right. Okay, like this, you can see. Yeah, and then we have to just change the content. Then change the content one by one. We have to update all of these images and textual content. Okay, so let me publish this once. And after publishing, let me refresh this here. And after refreshing, you can see that we have our this section fully working. And now let's make this section now. So for making this section, we can just add one more any one container. Okay, and here we can write any cth2. Okay, here also we can write 1300 max width, and here we can put this to let's make put this to 700 pixels. Then we have to use an image here. So let me find that image. I think okay, this is the image. So I will give you all of these images in the video description. You can follow along with me for free. Okay, like this. You can make this center and right, center and left, like this. If you can also preview this like this, this is looking good now. Now we have to put this content here. Okay, so here you can see that we have this and here we can copy this like this, and then we can copy this. Okay, and here also we can have this to center and left line. Okay, we can also preview this. Now one more thing, you have to just add this content. So let me go here and we can add this. Let me increase this to 80, and we can go to this custom. We can change this value like this. Okay, and now we can again add a container, and here we can search for the icon box. Okay, icon box like this, and put it like this. Now here you can see that we have this icon. So let me search for the doctor icon. We can use any random icon right now, but you can use the default icon of your website. Okay, here you can see that now we can add 50%, and this is lorem ipsum value. So here we can put 51%. Okay, now we can go to this icon, and here we have this white, and this color would be this, and in the content we can use the Rajdhani font. We can increase the font size. Let's increase the font size to 130. No, 130, 100, 110. We can make everything in the center. Here we can make this like this, 0. And here we have the icon spacing. Okay, then here we have the content. Here we can make this to black. Here we can make this completely black. Okay, and for the lorem ipsum, we can make everything black here. Okay, like this. Now we can go to this, and here we can play with the custom value. So this will change it like this, and we can also duplicate this. Here we have this main container. Okay, like this. You can also preview this. So this is looking good. Okay, and here we can just update this. like this, and here also we can update this like this. Then we can use any different logo here. We can just update this color here. Okay, and we can put this value to something 79%. Okay, so we have successfully built this also. You have to just update the content according to you. So now let's refresh. And after refreshing, you can see that I have this fully working here. This section is also ready. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the pricing and plan section. Okay, so for making the pricing and plan section, what we can do, we can just go here and we can add one more container, and this will say prices. Okay, and here we can put the 1300 max width, and here also we can put the 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom. Okay, and here we can copy this, paste it here, and for this also we can copy this, and here also we can paste this, and we can make this in the center. Okay, we can copy this price and plans center, and here we can write pricings. Okay, and here you can see that we have this three. So for making this, we can again add a container, remove all the paddings. Then here we can search for the grid. Okay, we're gonna use the grid. We want only 3 by 1, and let's see. Then we can add one more container like this. Now you can see that we have to use that BG color which we have added. So let's find the BG color here, and here inside this we can use this container. Let's make this white. Here we can put this to this. Okay, and now we can go to this. Here we can make this to 20. Okay, now we can copy this again. So let me copy this. Okay, and this will say basic. Okay, we can just put everything in the center first. Go to the container, and here we can make everything in the center. Okay, this would be capitalized, and this would be like this. Okay, now we can just increase it. Now we can copy this and we can put it below, and here we can write dollar 99. Let's see, the 99, and this would be, let's increase the size. Let's make this 100. Okay, then here you can see that for the dollar we have to put some span value. Okay, and here we can add the style, color, gray, font, size 15 pixel. Okay, and here we can say to 30. And after that we can just copy this again, or we can copy this also. Okay, so you can see how powerful Elementor is. We are just copying and paste every section. Here we can write per months. Okay, this is done. Now you can see that we have to add this feature. So let me copy this again, and we can duplicate this. Okay, can make this in the left line. So for this we can add a container now, because we need the container, and then we can move this inside this. Now we can go here and we can make this style to here. Also we have the decoration underline, so this will save features. So let me save features. Okay, now you can see that we have this. So now this, what we have to do, we have to just again add a container below this. Okay, so we have this container inside this container. So this is the one. So here we can copy this, remove this, then we can copy this. Okay, and here we can have this to routine checkup. Okay, and also we can copy this icon, and here in the first we can make this space between and center. For this you can use any random icon, like we can use any tick. Let's see. Okay, so we have to search for that icon. So I think I have this icon here. Let's see, let's use this icon. Okay, so you can use any icon according to you. I'm using this icon. Any random icon you can use. So let's save the size of 223. Okay, like this. Then we can just make this size a little bit smaller because features have the same size. Now you can see that we are the one. Now we can go to the structure and we can duplicate from here. Okay, like this. So this is done. Also you can just go to this main, and here if you want we can make this like this, and this will be 10. And this container we can click on this and make this like this. Then we can have this make payment option. So the main payment make payment button will be same like this, I think. If I click on this, we have this here. So we can just go below and paste it. Okay, we can just add it below. Okay, like this. And here we can have this too, like this. And for the hover we can make this white. And here we can write make payment. Make payment, and we can just click on this and make this 30. Okay, now we have to just duplicate this container 2 times like this. Okay, and in the center one we have to click on the center one, and we can change the background color to blue. Okay, then we can just update these colors, like here we can make this to white. We can also make this to white. We can make this white also. And here also we can make this to white. Then we can copy this like, okay, we can copy this paste styles, paste styles, paste styles, and here also we have this arrow, I think. Let's see. Here I can also make this white. Okay, now we can copy this paste styles. Okay, like this. And here we have the button. Here for the text color we want this, and for this color also we want this. Okay, and if I go to the hover color, we can make this complete white, and for the color we can make this like this. Okay, so this is done. You can just update the values here. Here also you can see that we have this, so we can make this to white like this. Okay, just update these things, like here we can write 199, and you can just update all of this pricing. Let's save this once. And also here we have this container. We can go to this and add this 30. And if you want to increase this, means we can increase this, duplicate this, duplicate this. Okay, and also we can just click on this grid like this. So let's publish. So now if I go and if we refresh it here, you can see that we have successfully built the pricing plan section also like this. Okay, so now let's move to the next sections where we're gonna build these things now. Also, you can see that we have these images, so you can put that image very easily. Right, like here you can see if you want to put this image, suppose we want to put this image, okay, put this image, but right now it will not show that image because we don't have. Okay, so first we have to make everything in the center. So first let's go to the background overlay, and here we're gonna use this. So whenever you put some image in the background, you use the background overlay property like this. Okay, like this, and here we have to just make this in the center and center. So let me publish this once, and let's see. Okay, so it is loading right now, but I think it will be working now. Center and center, display size will be covered, and now we can publish this. Okay, so in this way you have to just change all of this content here just, and the UI is ready. Now let's refresh and we will have that background image ready for. Okay, so this section is also done. Now we're gonna make the other sections. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna make these blocks. So here you can see that we have completed this much up till price and plan section. Now we have to make these sections. Okay, so for making this block section, what we have to do? Let's open this with Elementor. So let's see. Okay, so this is open. Now what we have to do? We have to just add the two sections here. So let's add the two sections. So here we have to add the two sections. So let's add the two section here, and here you can see that we have this image, and in the hub we have this. So let's name this blocks here. Okay, then after that we have to set this 1300. I think this is in the full width. So what we can do, we can just make it full width, and here we can remove all of these paddings from here. Then inside this we have this container. Okay, and you can also name this container, like the first one is the images and the other one is the blocks. So here we can write feeds. Okay, and let's remove this excess padding, and here. Okay, so now we have to go to the this first image, go to the styles, and here you can choose the image. So we are now setting the image in the background of the container. We are not using any external image, so let's use this image. Okay, then after that you can see we have here position. We have to make this in the center and center, and display size would be cover. Okay, and one more thing we can do, we can go to this layout, and here we can set some width, like width, I mean the height. So let's make it 450 like this. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this icon here. So for adding the icon we can use any random icon. So let me drag and drop this. So right now you can see that this is not in the center, so we can click on this images layout and we can make this in the center. Okay, then after that here we can add play button like this. Okay, and here also you can see when I go here when here you can see that we have this theme one image, and we can increase the size of this. Okay, and on the hover we can make this like this. Okay, here, so I think this is not the image, we can use some different image. So let me use any. Okay, so let's use this icon again. Okay, I'm trying to find that different image, so let me add this image. Okay, then after that we can make this tag like this, and from here we can choose this theme one, and on hover we can choose this red here on the hover. For the hover transition we can use shrink property like this. Okay, and we can make this white, and we can make this here white also. Okay, like this, and we can also make it transparent from here. Let's make this transparent. Okay, like this. Then you can see that here we have this section, so we can just copy this from the top. So always copy your sections, don't waste your time by making that thing again and again. And now we are having the Elementor version 4 where we have the variables. So I think the classes and the variables are very much required now, and I am very happy that this update is coming to our Elementor. Okay, so when we have the stable version, I will make videos on that. Okay, so then we can use the variable for the stylings. Okay, so let's focus on this. 80, we can keep the padding here 80 and 80 from all the direction. Here we can just update this text here. So let's update this pricing to our blog. And here we can update this feeds to this. Okay, and now here you can see that we have this container. So let's add this container here. Okay, and inside this container you can see that we have this image here and this. So for that what we can do, we can just add one container again. Okay, and you can see that we have this container, and we can just duplicate this again. Now we have two container here. We can write blocks, and this we can make this in the center and at start. So now you can see that we inside this is the blog image. Okay, and this is the text. Okay, so we can go to the blog image. Here we can have it to 30%, and for the rest we can have 70%. Okay, now we can just go to the blocks, and here we can make it 10 something in meaning the space between this. Now we can go to this, and here we can add a image. So here you having this image, so let's go and find this image. We have to find this image, so we have this image here. Okay, this is done. Now you can see that we have this. So for making this, we can use an list here. So let's drag and drop this list, and here you can see that we have this thing. Okay, and here we can add this, and here we can have calendar. Okay, and we can also duplicate this, and here we can have Salim Rana, the author. So we can just add this, and here we can make it user, so we can have this icon also. Now we can go to these icons, and here we can make this red. Okay, and here we can go to text, and we can make this black. And here let's make this okay, and here we can now just decrease the, okay, let's keep it 25, or we can keep 26 or something. Now we can go to the blocks, and here we can give some spacing like 30. Okay, like this. Okay, so you can see this first block is ready, but this is not but this is static, but you can make this fully dynamic by using the blocks and by using these things. Okay, so here you can go to the dynamic text, and here you can choose and fetch the details. Okay, I hope you understand how to do this. This is very main thing of the Elementors. Then you can see that we have the blocks here. Then we can duplicate this, and we have here two blocks. So we have the two blocks. If you want, we can also have one more block because we have space here. So let's keep only two. Okay, like this. And we have to just put some space here, so we can click on this block part. So, and we can put here 30 pixel, so we can keep some space between this, and the below block should also have some spacing like 20 margin, or we can keep it 10. Okay, like this. So this is done, and you can also preview it before publishing from here. So you can see that we have this block section fully ready, and also I think we have this height little bit more, so we can just go to the blocks. Here we have the images, and here we can make this 400. Okay, then we can just publish this, and let's view this. Okay, so let's see, and now we have to view this, so let's open this, and after that let's see. After that, if I go below, and we can go here, and you can see we have the perfect blocks ready. Here we have these things. You have to just put the video link or something to this to make it work. Now we can make this. Okay, so for making this, what we have to do, we can just use this. So what we can do, we can just go to here, and from here you can just duplicate this. And when you duplicate this, here you have, okay, so wait for some time at start. So you can see that I have the same layout. Now we're gonna use the flexbox property. Click on this. Here you can see row reverse. So just do that. Now we have to just replace this image. If you want, you can keep the video button here, icon here. Okay, let's keep it here. We can use this image. Okay, so this image is updated, and now you can see that we have this section different, so we can click on these blocks. Okay, and we can just delete this. Click on this block, and we can just delete this. Okay, and we'll publish, and here you can see that we have this newsletter. Here we can write newsletter, and on this we can have this. Okay, and here we can make this full width. Then at last we can have this like this, and here we can say email addresses. Okay, and here we have the star. So for the star we have to put span tag, and here we can put the color red. Okay, and this is fully black. So let me go here, and we can make this fully black, and we can also make this capitalize. Let's increase the font size. Okay, so now we have to make this so we can add a container here. Okay, and here let's put some padding. Let's make this bg. Okay, like this, and here you can see that we have this email and all, so we can search for the form. Okay, let's drag and drop this form. Now we only want the email, and here in the placeholder we can write enter your email. Okay, we don't want this, and here we can have this medium. Okay, here we can have this. Now we can go to this column width, and we can make this 70%. Okay, and here we can go to this, and here we can make this to medium, and this also we can make this 30%, and here we can write subscribe now. So we can write subscribe now. We can make this 33%, 40%, and when we go to the form fields we can make this to 60%. Okay, and here you can see we have this large. If I go, we have, okay, so let's do this now. We can make this medium, and we can also make this 70%, and for the buttons we can have this 30%, Okay, like this. So there is one issue when we increase and decrease the width. So let's keep it 40 only, and for the form fields, we can have the width of 60, I think. So it will look good. Okay, like this. Now what we have to do? We have to just make this in the circle. Means we have to give some border radius to this. So now let's go to the buttons, and here we can choose the background color to this, and here we have the border radius. So let's make this 100. And for the email address also, we can go to this, and here we have the fields option. Here we have the fields option. We can make this 0 like this, and also the background color will be transparent, and this will be black. Okay, and this container it should also have the border radius of 100. So now let's see. You can see we have built this. If you want, you can just increase its color like I have this here. But I think this is looking good. Now we can add this. So for adding this like this below, what you can do, you can just enter a new container here. Okay. So what we can do, we can just click on this, and let's put the structure at the top. So you can see one form is there, and now let's add new container. So it will add the new container below. Okay, like this. And here we can write list. So you can just drag and drop this. So the first one we have this, and here we can write this. Okay, and here we can write span, and here we can give some random colors to this. Span color red. Okay, and here we can just make it duplicate. Okay, don't want to duplicate this, we can just duplicate this now. Okay, so for this also we can have this square information here. Okay, like this. So you have to just update the content. Like here we can do 3, and for the other one we can do is like this. Okay, like this. And just we have to go to the text, and we can increase the boldness a little bit. Okay, and we can go it here we can put some spaces. So we can put a space of 5. Okay, we can put a space of 7, and we can just duplicate this list. Then we have this container, and here we can make everything in the center. Okay, so you can see that we can make this type of layout like this. Now you can see that we have built this also, and I think this is looking good. Now let's publish this, and we're gonna move to our next sections. So let's see, let's reload this, and after reloading, let's see how our sections are looking. So you can see that this is looking good, and we are keeping this button icon here. So now let's move to the next section where we're gonna make the header and footer name. Okay, so now we have to make this thing. So for making this, what we can do, we can just add a container, and we can use this row direction, and here we can make this client logos. Okay, and here we can have, and here we can have this. Let's remove this, and here we can keep 40 and 40. Okay, let's keep this 80 and keep this 80. Okay, now we can add this image, and here we have to find those images which we want to put here in the client logos. So let's find those images. So I think this is the first PNG. Let's see. Then you have to just duplicate this. So let us duplicate this. Okay, and we can use this second image. let's use this image. Okay, you can use any image according to your website. Let's change this also. Okay, so I think we have this. Okay, so all these images are changed. So I'm not doing all. So for mix of for having the gap between this, we can use it here. Here we can use the gap property. Let's keep here 60 pixel. We can also preview this from here. So you can see that this is looking good, but here we have a little bit more width, means height. So we can just go here, and for that we can have this here 120, and this should be 120 also, like this. Okay, let's publish. Okay, so you can keep whatever height you want. So now we have to make this footer. So let's see this is saved or not. So let's refresh this once. Okay, so after refreshing, let's see, and we can see that we have this here. We have to put some animations. So for putting the animation, you can click on this, go to styles. Here we have the hover property, and in the hover animation we can use grow rotate. Okay, here also we can do it. Here we can do it grow and rotate like this. Okay, so we have to do for all. So now let's make this. So this is the same which we are using. If I show you in the hero section, we have used this. So we're gonna use this same in the footer. Okay, so for the footer we can go to this. Okay, so we have to go to this QR point 2, and here we can go to this templates. We can open this in the theme builder. Okay, so after that we can use this footer option. Okay, so let's see. And after that what we can do, 1 2 3, and we can have, so here you can see we have this. So let's choose the 3-section layout. We can use the 2-section layout first, and here we can write footer 1, and here we can 1300. Here we can use the black theme, I think. Okay, now you can see that we have this about us. So let's see, here we can remove these paddings. Let's add this edit to the top, edit to the bottom, and here also we can remove all of these paddings. Okay, and let's see, we can go to the top, and now we have to copy this section. Okay, so let me show you one magic, that we can copy this from the home page to the different tab, to the different template here. So you can see, and we can paste this like this. You can just remove this, and we can also duplicate this. Okay, and now we can also rename this 1 2, and this would be 3, and this would be space between center. Okay, like this. If I see, this is in the center. So now we can put some spaces here. Select the first space of 60. Okay, now you can see that here we can preview this. Let's preview this. Here we don't have any spacing. So for that, what we can do, we can just have this, and here we can have the contents. Let's put some image spacing 15, and we can just copy this. Okay, we have this. Now we can change the color of this. So let's change the background overlay, and here we can change the color to different color, and you have to just replace all of this content. Like here you have the phone number, just change this to phone number, and here add these things. Okay, all these things are same. Now we have to add this. Okay, so for adding this, we can just add a heading, and here we can write about us. Okay, and here we can add this, and here we can write divider. Okay, and here we can have this. Okay, and here we can have the width of 3. If I go here, and you can see, now we can go here and we can just increase it to 20. Okay, and here also we can have some bottom like this, and here we can have the lorem option. So let me copy this lorem option from here, and we can click on this, paste it. Now we can make this complete white. Okay, and also we need the social icons. So I have made the social icon somewhere, I remember here. So we can use that social icon also. Always try to make your website fast by using different section which we have already made. So we can use this here, and we can place this in the and now we can see we have this thing. So this is not visible because this is transparent. Okay, so we have to make this white. Okay, like this. So you can see this is white, this is full white at first, so we can just increase it like this. Okay, and on the hover we are having the full blue color. So let's me go to the hover, and here we are having the full blue color like this. Okay, and the hover animation will be grow like this, and we have to put some spacing between this. Let's put some spacing of 10 pixel. Okay, like this. Now we can go to the first one, layout, and here we can put the spacing of 40 pixel, in the 30 pixel. Okay, so this is looking good. Also we can click on this and we can add some extra spacing to the top like this. Now let's publish, add condition entire site, and save and close. Now we can go to this. Let's preview this here. And here we can have the medical and clinic website ready. Let's see the footer. We have this footer. We have to just only change the content here, and now we have to add the copyright is very easy. Just add one container here. Okay, and here just if you want or not, you can just use it. One three is because content is not that much. So here also we can use the same color. Okay, let's remove this, and now we can use the list here, icon list, and here we can remove this, and here we can write copyright 2025. 2025. Here we can write name of the website that reserved, and here we can write this copyright. Okay, and here we can have this container, so we can name this copy, right, and we can have it in the center 30 20, and here we can make this white. Okay, like this. So now we can publish this, and if you want we can also change the icon color to this. Okay, now let's see after refreshing, and after refreshing you can see that we have this footer ready. Only one thing is left, that we have the line here. So for adding the line you can just use this and just go to the styles. Here go to the border, here choose the solid and choose the top, and here you can make this little bit. Let's see, you can see we have this line here. Now let's publish, and after that let's see our footer is almost ready and it's done. Now we can refresh this here, and after refreshing you can see that we have this fully working footer. Only one part is left, that we have the header left. And if I go to the top you can see we have this header, and I will show you how you can make this fully transparent header which is always sticky at the top when we scroll. So now let's move to the funnel part where we're gonna make the header. So you can see we have to make this type of header. So for making this, let's go to the templates. Here we have to open the theme builder, and after that we have to make this type of layout. So where let's go to the header, and here we can add the add new header, and here you can see we have this much. We can close this. Now we can add the first this row, then this row. So we're gonna use the, here we can use one section only, because you can use the, we can use the flexbox for this. So let's write header 1 at the top, and here I think we have some colors which is transparent, but so let's see. Here for the first we're gonna use the 1400, and here we can use this black thing. Okay, now only we have to make this little bit transparent, so let's make this transparent. First let's make this, so let's remove all of this. Now we can make this. So for this we can use the icon list. Okay, that drag and drop. Then we can just delete this here, and here we can put this mail ID which is random. You have to put your actual mail ID here. You can use any mailer icon. Let's use this mail bulk. Okay, let's duplicate this, and here we have to use any random number. So let me copy this number from here, and here also we can have phone. Okay, and we can just remove this. Okay, so now also you can paste it here TEL like this. So whenever someone click on this, it will redirect to the phone dialer, and for this we can use mail to. Okay, so when someone click on this, it will go to this mail. Now let's put some, padding. Okay, we can put some padding here 6, and this is also 6, and you can put this 10. We can make this 10, and for this we can make this icon white, and for this also we can make this white. Okay, and this also you can increase the width to 15, and here you can see that we have the social icons. So we can search for social icons, choose the header top, make it center, and here we can also add some, like we can add the value more Instagram. Okay, and here we can use the custom, Here we can use the circle. I think we don't have any background, so what we can do, we can just make this background like this, and here we can increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, and here we can just remove the spacing. Okay, like this. And also we can put some custom icon hover color, so we can make this and hover animation would be grow. Okay, like this. So, and here we can go and just make this 8. Okay, so if I go to the action and put in the entire site, then save and close, then if I refresh it here, you can see we have this header fully working. And also we can increase this width a little bit more. So let me do this to 1450. Okay, make this publish. Okay, and we can also let's make this full width, and let's put here 8 to the all direction. Also we can increase this icon. Okay, let's publish. Now we have to make the second header. So for this we have to again use this. Okay, and here also we can make this full width, and now we can use the same color for this. So let me copy this color, and here we can make this to header 2, and here we can make this header 9. And here we have to, let's publish this first. Now here we have to need the menus, so let's make the menus. Go to the appendix and go to the menus. Okay, then here we have to choose final menu, header, and create menu. Then after that we have to put this home. Here we are about departments doctors, so let me go here, and here we can put about here we can departments. Okay, then we have doctors and pricing, and we have doctors. Okay, then we can have pricing. So these are the CSS ID which we gonna use for making this type of redirection. Okay, I hope you know how to do this. This is the part of the CSS. So let's see, we have doc pricing, then after that we have blocks and contact. So here we can have blocks, contact. Okay, now we can just save the menu, and here we can just remove all of this. Now we can put the, now let's put the image here, and here we can use the logo. Let's see, here we have the QR point logo. Okay, and here also we can use the custom, and I can just drag and drop this like this. So let's keep this 15, and again we can drag and drop this WordPress menu. Let's keep this in the center. Okay, and this is like this. So we have to just make this white, and you can see on the hover we have this text color. So make this theme 1, and this also theme 1 and theme 1. So here we have, and for the space between we can use 10. Okay, like this. Now you can see we have this one. So for this we can use the image box. Let's drag and drop this image box. Okay, we can just make this like this, and here we can choose that image. So the image is this sky image, so we can use this image, and this is saying get support, and here we can have this. Now we can make this in the center, and this content, and this would be white. Here we can just increase and decrease this. Okay, and for this description we can have this, and this one would be 22. Okay, and here if I see, let's go here, and here we can have this full width, we can have this custom value, and we can increase the width a little bit like this, 23. Okay, and here if I go to the styles, here we can put it 0. Okay, like this. And for the image we can also increase this, so let's keep this 30 here, and this also we can make this 0. Okay, so we have to make this 0. Okay, now what we can do, we can just go to this, here we can just make this, so you can see this is done. Also we have, so you can see that the pointer width is a little bit more, so we can go to this and make this one like this. Okay, here we can have this pointer width. Okay, now if I see, you can see we have this lipo layout. Okay, now you can see that we have this line here, so for that we can go to this, and for this we can go to the border. Here we can choose the solid, and this would be 1 like this. Okay, and here we can go to this image. Here we can have this to 16 pixel like this. Then we can just go here and we can just link here and custom URL. Here we can choose the site URL. Okay, like this. Let's publish this once, and after publishing we have to refresh it here. And after refreshing you can see that we have this header fully working, but here you can see that we have the transparent header. So for making this, let me refresh this home page, this one. Okay, now you can see we have this, so you have to do some tweaks here. Let's first we have to go to this header main here, and here we can make this transparent. Okay, and we can use this color code over the header top, and here again we can make this transparent. Okay, and this header main would be sticky at the top. You can use the sticky top property and then publish. Then what we can do, let's see, this is not refreshed yet, so let me delete this from here and I'm gonna refresh it again. Okay, now I'm gonna open this in a new tab, so let's see and wait, and after that I will show you how you can put the animation and how we can do the mobile responsiveness in our website. We have this now, now what we have to do, we can just click on this hero and we can just go here and we can put this to em value and we can put some negative values to the top, okay, like this. And in the hero we can go to inside carousel, inside slider, and here we can put the 800 property. For this also we can put the 800 property, okay, like this is looking good, okay. And for the hero we can have the z index value to 1, and for the header let's put the z index value to 100, and for the header 2 also we can put the z index property to 100. So in this way this will be at the top at every section. So let's see if we have to publish this, and after publishing let's go here and refresh. And after refreshing, I hope, okay, so here you can see that one more issue is that we have this so let me make this 1 point more, and now we can just go here and we can refresh it, and after that you can see we have this fully working here. Okay, so in this way we have built our header also, and you can see when I scroll below, then this part of the header is always sticky at the top like this. Okay, so you can see that I hope you have successfully completed this awesome medical website. Now I will show you how you can do the mobile responsiveness part. So that is also very easy. You have to just use this above tools, go to the responsiveness part in the mobile. Here you can see that. So we have to just go to the fonts, and here we can make this 35 or 40, and similarly we can do for this. Here we can put the 400. Okay, then similarly we can do for this slide also 400, and this we can make this to 40, okay, like this. And also we can click on this carousel style. Here we can have the page navigation option, and we can use this here 20, 25, 20, and padding would be 10. Okay, so this is done. Now you can see that here in this section, if I go here, I have no padding and all. So this section here we can have the 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, and for this also we can use the max full width. If you want you can just trim, make the font size smaller like 45. Okay, like that. Now we have to do this one by one. Here you can see that this is good, but we are getting more space, so we can make this 20, okay, like this. Here also we can have this, but we don't have, so we can make this 60 and 20. Okay, just make this little bit margin ready, and inside this you can make this in the left line. Okay, like this. You have the button and we have the image. So let me see. Okay, so this is good now. Here also you have the our department section, so we can just put it here 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, and here we can make this to 40. So you can see that right now the tabs are one by, not in the one by one, they are below, and here you can see that we can just remove this padding 20. Okay, and here also we can just make this 40. Okay, and for this we can make this to like this. So for the tabs we can go to the content. Here we have the advanced styling, and here in the horizontal scroll we can make this enable, and breakpoint we can make this none. You can see that we are getting this. Okay, so this is also done, and here you can see that everything is working fine. We don't want to, because Elementor also do some responsiveness by its own. So here we can make this to, okay, so here let's make this text for small. Let's make this 40. We can make this full width. Okay, and here we can put the 30. And for this also we can make this to 60. 80, and for the content also we can make this 15. Let's copy this. You can place it one by one also if you want. Okay, so this is the icon box, and here we can just have it side by side. You can make this full width, and we can also make this full width now, like this. Okay, so this is also done. Here we have the red logo. I think what happened to this, we can keep this to red only. Okay, now you can see we have the pricing and plan section, so we can just click on this. Here we can see 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, here we can have the 45. Then here also we have this correct, but this part, here we have the feeds, and we can put here 20, and for this we can have the 40 full width. Now you can see we can put this image in the left direction, and this will work for rest also. Just copy and paste. Let's publish this once, and also here here we have this feeds again we can keep this to 20. Okay, and here we have to change the size to this 40. Okay, this is almost done, and for this we can have 60, and this would be 20 and 20, and here we have the center. Okay, this is also done. We keep the 40. Okay, our home page is almost responsive. Now we have to just make the footer responsive. So let's click on the footer from here only. Okay, so these steps will be followed for the tablet skin also. Okay, so you can follow the same steps there. Now we can just click on this, and here we can write 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, like this. Here we can make this to 20. Here we can also make this to 20. Okay, like this. Now let's publish, and after that we can just refresh it here, and after refreshing, let's see, let's go to the mobile responsiveness, and here you can see that only header is not responsive, but rest sections are responsive. Like here we have the medical and clinic website, so you can see all these sections are fully responsive. Let's now make the header also responsive, so we can here what we have to do, we have to just go to this, and here we can hide this in the tablet and mobile, and for the second container we can hide the image box. Okay, here we can have the responsive, and here we can hide this, and for the image we can use the custom. Okay, here we can use the 80, Okay, and here we can go to this. Here we can use the full width, and this would be in the center. Okay, and here in the toggle button we can make this to white. Okay, so then we can just click on this and it will work. Okay, so here we can also preview this, and here we can add some from right padding like 20. Okay, let's publish. After that we can just go here and refresh. Now let's see that that you can see header is also responsive. You have these colors. You can also update these colors. Just click on this, go here. Here you will find the drop down, and here for the normal we are good, and for the hover we can use this theme and make this white, and this also we can make this theme and we can make this white. Okay, like this you can see. You can update all of these properties here like fonts and all. Okay, so now I'll refresh it. And after refreshing you can see this is fully working. Only we have to put this now. Okay, so this is also working, I think. So for this we can again go to this edit page option, and we have to make that after clicking links active. So let's do that now. Here you can see that when I click on the about, we are getting the CSS ID at the top about. So we have to just simply copy this from here. Okay, then we have to go to the respective section where we want to make this section to redirect to link this. So suppose I want to make this section, suppose I want to make this about section the about part, so I have just copied there, and we can just go to the CSS ID, and here we can put the about. Okay, now let's go here. We can put the departments here, and we can copy this departments, and here we can go to this, go to advanced, and in the CSS ID we can put this department, and we can have the doctors here. Okay, and here you can see we have the doctor section, so you can just click on this, go to advanced. Here in the CSS ID we can put this to doctors, pricing. Okay, and here we can go to this pricing option. Okay, let's go below, and here you will see pricing. Then we can use this pricing option. Then we have the blocks here. Okay, so in this way you have to just put all of these sections. Like here we have the blocks also, so we can just go here and we can go to this one block. Okay, so in this way we can put. So let's see this working or not. So for that let's see, make it save here. Now we can just cancel this, and let's try to refresh it again. After refreshing, let's see this is working or not. We can click on the about, department, doctor, pricing, blocks, and content, because content we have not added, but you can add that. Okay, so our website is fully working. Now let me show you that how you can add the animations in your website. Like we can just refresh this. And after refreshing, you can see that we have this animation, this type of animation. So let me show you that this type of animation is added how. So we're gonna add the animation in the about section. Okay, just you have to choose which section you want to add the animation. You can add the animation in the widget, in the containers also. So right now I am going to add this in the VR section. So we can just add, go to the motion effect, and here you can choose the so many entrance animation. I'll choose the slide in up. Okay, and we can choose the fast animation here, and let's put some delay time, animation delay. Here we have to put the 50, so here we can put the 9 means 100. So first that will come, then after this will come, so it will look like the sequence. We can use the first, and here we can use the 100. Okay, now let me show you how you can put in the animation in the container. So choose any container, like I want to add this animation in the whole container. Choose that, then go to motion effect. Here you will find so many animation, like we can choose the bouncing animation. This would be fast. Okay, and here we can put the delay time of 150. And similarly here also, we can go to the motion effect, and here we can add the, let me show you, slide in right property. Here we can make this, and this would come after 200 milliseconds. Okay, so let's refresh. Okay, so in this way you have to put all the animations in your website, and please remember the animation delay, because that's create magics. Let's see, you can see this is coming like okay, so this is the how the Elementor animations work. Okay, so I think we have successfully made the whole website from start to end. So all the links of the images are in the video description for free. If you want to buy the Elementor Pro, you can also get it from the video description. And also you can purchase this kit, pre-made Elementor kit, from the video description. Also check out our other templates. Okay, so I hope you understand how you can make this type of website step by step. And if you are new to our channel, please like our videos and share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. And I'm gonna see you next time.